Yes. Mark, let's bring you back onto the program. We're going to end with Japan and vaccinations.
Yeah, a very interesting and troubling situation. This is from the Children's Health Defense, and it came out just yesterday, 20 March. After three children died within 24 hours of routine vaccines, Japanese researchers are sounding the alarm. Written by Michael Nevradakis, PhD, citing the deaths of three Japanese children within 24 hours of receiving routine childhood jabs. The authors of a peer-reviewed study are calling for a re-evaluation of the quote risks and benefits of currently approved vaccines, and also a review of the childhood vaccine schedule, childhood vaccination schedule. So we'll move on from there. This is from the CHD, citing that study, the need for validation of vaccination programs. The authors of this peer-reviewed study, as noted, calling for a reevaluation of the risks and benefits of currently approved vaccines. The study, published March 14 in Discover Medicine by Dr. Kenji Yamamoto, a cardiothoracic surgeon at Okamura Memorial Hospital in Japan, also addressed the increase in post-vaccination adverse events following the introduction of mRNA COVID-19 vaccines in Japan. So these deaths are causing quite a stir. And we also have some other critical information here. I'll cite this just to make sure we get it right. This is breaking news, basically. The risk of immunodeficiency associated with frequent messenger ribonucleic acid mRNA vaccinations, which aren't really standard vaccinations, has become increasingly evident, leading to the widespread discontinuation of additional doses, except in Japan. Reevaluation of vaccination programs, including live attenuated vaccines, is crucial. Recently, those three cases of children dying a day after routine vaccinations were reported in Japan, but despite detailed information, including autopsy findings, so-called experts concluded that a causal relationship with vaccination could not be ascertained or could not be evaluated. So there's resistance going on in terms of attributing the deaths of the children to vaccines, and therefore carrying out a more thorough cautionary policy regarding vaccines and reevaluating the whole vaccine process. But anyway, much more could be said. Time's getting a little tight today. One of the things that was cited in the study, this is from the study, the growing evidence of immunodeficiency risks associated with frequent mRNA vaccinations has led to the global discontinuation of additional doses, Japan being the exception. The decrease in immunity can be caused by several factors, such as the spike protein, lipid nanoparticles, and so on. But one of the things that came out, Mike and Patrick, as I read through this, was now they're thinking that the rise of measles and other illnesses that are being reported might actually stem from vaccinations to some degree. So now they're talking about measles vaccinations. They're talking about increasing cases of the measles in Texas and elsewhere around the world. And there's at least some evidence being cited. Some of it may be a little tentative in this study that the recurrence of measles, such as it is, might be from vaccinations themselves. So a lot more is going to come out about this. It just came out yesterday. Since it came out from Children's Health Defense, we'll hope that Robert F. Kennedy, now the head of Department of Health and Human Services, that he'll take notice of this, that he'll take heed of it. But this could lead to significant reevaluation and significant scrutiny of the vaccination regime that so far has caused such misery and harm and death across the world ever since the COVID scam. So we'll see where this goes, but I'm sure there'll be much more in the days and weeks ahead. We'll keep a close eye on it.
Oh, just one note. What's interesting is that the symptoms for measles are also identical to some of the exact symptoms of adverse reactions from some of these vaccines, which I think is worth pointing out. And the mRNA, people need to look a lot closer at the mRNA technology because it's been able to skirt any kind of regulatory framework through the emergency use authorization. And the only immunity that's being provided by mRNA is the immunity from prosecution for these companies pushing it. There's no proof at all, clinically or otherwise, that these mRNA vaccines do what they say or what they claim that they are supposed to be doing. There's absolutely nothing. They've been giving almost a carte blanche because of COVID, and they still have the same emergency use authorization. So you have people like Robert Malone and running around saying, I'm the inventor of mRNA, but the inventor of what exactly? Because as far as I could see, that product was dead on arrival before COVID. So was Moderna as a business. And all of a sudden, as if by magic, woo, with the emergency use authorization, mRNA everywhere. So, I mean, people need to attack the technology and say, does it actually do what they claim that it does? Because that's also a big problem in all of this. People are dazzled by this idea of mRNA tech, but it's not really proven tech at all. And so, and meanwhile, it potentially is causing harm to millions of people. What a disaster.
Absolutely. And of course, Stargate and also the AI programs in the UK are linked to the use of mRNA.
Oh, it's all predicated on
personalized medicine for,
miracle
for cancer,
tech.
Miracle cure for cancer.
They're calling it miracle technology.
Undoubtedly, we will talk about this in extra in a couple of minutes' time. I'm going to say thank you very much, Patrick, Mark, and Liz. We will be back, if you're a UK Call member, for extra in a couple of minutes, as I say. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and we will see you at 1 p.m. as usual on Monday. See you then. Bye-bye.